do ba ha ha. Dramatic. Hi, welcome to stream. We're going to play some Elden Ring because it's Wednesday evening and I'm free. And we played some Dead Cells last time, so I want to change it up. As always, we start in Roundtable Hold, where I tend to end the game. Thank you for tuning in, presumably later. Nobody's joining me right off the hop here, so I'm currently by myself. So if you watch this later on Twitch or on YouTube, thanks for checking it out. And consider following me and consider popping in and checking me out live at some point. Also, somebody just joined in. Hi. Welcome to stream. Playing some Elden Ring tonight. Just been a week or so since I played, so... Oh, well, you're here now. And now I know it's you. Hi. Just reacquainting myself with the controls, because again, it's been a week, and you get a little ring rust. You'll note that I am no longer wearing my Burger King hat. I have switched to the full moon crown, and now I have a crown. I've got a big pointy hat, the best kind of hat. And we need to figure out what we're going to do today. We had just dealt with the Raya Lucaria Crystal Tunnel. Still some stuff we can do over here in kind of eastern Liurnia. Could start venturing up into the Altus Plateau or over to Mount Gelmir. Still plenty of Caelid to check out. We haven't even grabbed the South Caelid map piece yet. What to do? Feels nice to have a lot of options. We could also come up the ravine and fight there's a Magma Drake boss in this area. There's some powerful magics worth getting up yonder. But I think we have to deal with Caelid in order to gain access to some of that, because we need to advance an NPC quest line to get it. So maybe we'll do a little more exploration in Caelid today. Maybe that's kind of the play here. So we'll head over to the Caelid Ruins, and that's where we'll start for tonight. And we'll see how far we get and what we get up to. We'll find adventure on the way. It's the best way to play this game, in a way. So we start over at the Caelid Ruins. Don't 100% remember what the deal is over here. Finding stuff right off the hop, though, is good. Some drawstring grease. I can hear those guys popping out of the ground. So these zombies explode. And we're not going to let them do that to us. I can probably one-hit them, yeah. That comet's pretty great, because it actually does travel through people. And any spell what pierces can be pretty good against little mobs like this. Ooh, that one's a little tougher. We'll just let him deal with himself. Not dropping a lot of runes, unfortunately, but that's okay. Ooh, hey, there's another one here. And now he's dead. So most ruins like this have secrets to discover. My guess is that there's going to be more dudes popping up shortly. Also, I totally see the flamethrower guy over there. That's a little fire tank. They are the worst. I mean, everything is the worst in one way or the other in this game. Nothing is good in this game. We'll just leave it at that. We'll come up this way. We'll quaff a potion because we're going to need some more FP if we intend to survive. Melted mushrooms. Interesting. Those are usually found underground, but apparently mans what are on fire also drop them. Good to know. We'll swing around this way. Oh, there's going to be a bunch of dudes who are going to pop out of that bonfire, I guarantee. Maybe we try to take on this guy. He's pointed that way, though. I would rather not go up against him right up in his face. That seems like a problem. Seems like a bad idea. I see that little horde down there, too. Ooh. Yeah, I kind of saw those guys coming out of the ground there. Oh, and I aggroed the flamethrower. And anybody who wants to explode is more than welcome to explode themselves. Yeah, Mr. Flamethrower over there is looking to find me. Oh, and now I aggroed those guys. I just said some dudes were going to come out of that bonfire, and sure enough, I walk over and set them off. Now, we could have bypassed these ruins, but I actually want to take the time to explore them. I'm certainly leveled enough to deal with it, so I'm not too concerned. And if I die, I mean, there's a bonfire right over there, so it's certainly not the end of the world. Mostly, I just kind of want to keep an eye out for that flamethrower. I hear you. All right, he exploded himself over there. I see this guy too. Gonna need to quaff another potion. Where did that flamethrower guy go? That battle tank. I kind of want to get up there and see what that is. It's probably nothing super great. Come on, torrent. There we go. Oh, just a smoldering butterfly. So, in fact, nothing that's too great. So these guys are actually really quite vulnerable to getting attacked from behind. They're quite a bit stronger from up front. I don't know if he's lost me, but we can kind of play peekaboo with him all around the ruin here. No, he's coming around. Still another one of those fire zombies up there, too. What's over here? Nothing. Ain't nothing in there. Ah, here's some stairs. This seems promising. This seems less promising. Oh, dear. Yeah, this is indeed a problem. Oof. Ouch. Oh. Yeah, I was not prepared for the double Mad Pumpkinhead fight. So multiple bosses at once is not great. This is okay, though. It's weird that there's a Stake of Marika there, and there's this bonfire right here, actually, if I'm perfectly honest. I mean, we can deal with those guys. I'm not too concerned. I just wasn't super prepared for them. Yeah, we'll take Engvall back in again. But this time we're actually going to be ready for this fight, so we'll give it another try. Ouch. Uh-oh. Oh! I don't know why he aggroed on me. Engvall somehow lost the aggro on that guy. I just about had the hammer one dead, too. If I can kill one of them, the other one's no problem. The trick is killing the one of them. This is fine. We're making progress. I actually did much better that time. So we're just essentially going to do the exact same thing. Problem is I'm quite squishy, and they are two very strong enemies. In quite an enclosed space. Oof. Whoa. Whoa! So he just keeps on going forever. That attack, though. Oh. Uh-oh. That's real bad. I'm not going to win this one. Oh, and I got stuck on the environment there. Oh, he's doing this crazy whirlwind attack again. They're both going to try to punish me for healing there. Oh, whoop. Ugh. For the record, Engvall dying is a problem. Oh, that follow-up. Okay. Oh. The fact that he killed Engvall was actually real bad. Me having to deal with both of them was a problem. I might have to come back for this one. I'm embarrassed to say. It's just the fact that there's two of them and they're very strong. Let me see here. What are my other options here? I don't really have another Ash that's particularly tanky. Maybe the two Godric soldiers, but I haven't upgraded them much. Yeah. Alright, we're going to come back. We're in no rush to beat these guys. It's a double boss, and that's the reason why it's giving me as much trouble as it is. If it was one guy, I could take one guy. It's two guys, that's the problem. So we're going to do a little carry on here. And we'll swing back around to deal with them in a bit. Talk to the finger reader.
You, please, I can read them. Your fingers, please, your fingers. Oh, bless you. Are you one for festivals or flowers? To the south, a grand festival to make the stars turn. To the east, the heart and bud of a flower to be. But dare you enter into the heart of the scarlet rot?
I mean, yes. Grab a site of grace. Always want to grab a site of grace. Summon up Torrent and continue on our way. Now we're going to try to circle around and get to the Waystone there. Caelid is full of giant mutant enemies, and they are tough, really, at most levels. But they're not impossible.
Welcome, dear customer. Yes, right this way. Right this way. Welcome, valued customer. Come, trade in our wandering emporium.
Don't mind if I do.
Buy something.
I shall.
I'm hungry. I've been hungry so long. Please?
He sells some preserving boluses, some poisoned stone, poison bone darts, and some arrows. He doesn't actually sell all that much, so. Beautiful Caelid. Beautiful, picturesque Caelid. A blighted hellscape. Absolutely wonderful. Kind of beelining for the map piece at the moment. There's dudes what we'll deal with another time. Around. Can summon in this area. That's usually a good sign that there's something good around here. For example, the Rot Dragon over there, who is a boss fight. But we're not too interested in dealing with him at the moment, so. Shouldn't give chase too far. Just going to put myself some distance. There we go. Decaying Urzkis there is actually one of the harder dragon boss fights in the game because of the rot buildup. What does this guy sell? This guy sells a cracked pot. Very nice. A stone sword key. Nomadic Warriors Cookbook 15, which teaches rot bone arrows, rather. Sells the champion equipment. And some flaming bolts. Actually, he's a very good merchant compared to that other one. And we'll be coming back for some stuff when we have some runes. Which, unfortunately, I lost fighting the Mad Pumpkin Heads. Got the map piece. So that's good. That pretty much fills out our map for Caelid. And there's a ton of stuff. This is the Sorceress City of Selen. We're definitely going to want to check that out. We might actually raid that tonight. That might be a good place to go and check out. Down here is the castle, where the Radahn Festival is taking place. This entire area here is Radahn's boss arena, because he is big. And of course up here is the Bestial Sanctum, where Garank is hanging out. So there's a lot of stuff to do kind of here in South Caelid. And we will do some of it. And then of course, yes, right here is the swamp of Aeonia. Some good stuff to find in there too, and indeed, another boss fight. But you do have to, it's a poison swamp. It is in fact a worse than poison swamp because it is a rot-blighted swamp. And we are 100% going to be checking it out at some point. Is that a marionette? That is a marionette. So that's good. There's also some ruins over this way, and the there's a cathedral over this way we should probably actually go and check out. In fact, I think that will be our next stop. Watch out for giant mutant birds. And we'll kind of skirt by the dragon again. Don't need to upset him unnecessarily. What'd I say about giant mutant birds? Now there's actually a tough enemy up this way. I'd almost go so far as to call him kind of almost a mini-boss. And he wanders around to this area here. Here at the Cathedral of Dragon Communion. He's quite fast, actually. I knew he was going to do that, but I didn't have the timing of it. Yeah, he killed me. It's fine, we have 0 runes to lose. We'll kill him. I actually dinged him pretty good with that first spell, but then I just didn't have an opening to attack him again. But it's fine. This is fine. We'll just kind of come up this way. Oh yeah, there's a little encampment up here I totally forgot about. Don't remember if there's anything good in there. Probably is. We'll probably have to come back and deal with that in a bit. Oh boy, we're all the way over at the Smoldering Wall. That wasn't the cathedral that we were at before. A Mad Pumpkin head down there too, but he's not a boss version. He's actually much easier to deal with. There is a chest here, so maybe we actually will deal with these guys real quick. I can one-shot these guys, so I'm not too worried. The Knight might be a little tougher. We'll see how he goes. Yeah, he's the boss man here. Oh, I'm having terrible luck tonight. I just don't have the timing down for anything. That guy angered me, though, and now I'm going to come back and I'm going to desecrate his corpse. So I'm not taking that lying down. Yeah, just don't have the timing down. You don't play for a week, and then you end up kind of out of step with everything. Ooh, he was just out of range. Not that time, though. Seriously? 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 Not this time, sir. Not this time. Oh, no! The thing hitched on me, and I wasn't able to roll through him. Yeah, he doesn't have that much range. I am a little disappointed there. Oh no! Miraculously, I survived the fall. That's what happens when you're not paying attention and you walk off a cliff. Good news is that disengages me from that fight, but I did promise I was going to kill that guy. And I'm going to. So he probably is headed back to his starting spot. Yeah, there he is there. Ooh, getting a lot of hitching here. Don't like that. As promised, one dead knight. Oh, I didn't even drop anything. That's a shame. Dropped a lot of runes, I suppose. Decent amount. And we can now loot this chest pretty safely. Oh, for 2 slumbering eggs. Seems like a terrible waste. Now, these guys down here are in the vicinity of a cave, I want to say. I think there's a cave down there. Go check it out at the very least. Oof. Hitching once again there. Don't like that. Do not care for that. Man, I'd really like to find another site of grace, actually. Suppose I could head back to the one I was at. Just randomly hearing something go explode. Oh yes, the swamp is exploding. That's what's exploding. The terribly poisonous swamp that's down there. You know what? I think the door I'm thinking of is actually down here. That is absolutely what I'm remembering. The door is down there. Some more ruins over here. believe I recall there being a nearby site of grace, but definitely some ruins. Got some of these poison wizards. And we're in the Kaled Waypoint ruins here. And I did see those stairs down. Don't really remember what's up this way. Oop. Yeah, these guys shoot magic at you. What is poison? My kill is Lily. Doesn't really seem to have been worth that, but... But whatever. We're having an explore. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with having an explore. Just kind of skirt through there. Because I saw the poison dog. And now we're kind of back in the vicinity of where we were before. I do seem to recall there being a site of grace somewhere in this vicinity. I wish Torrent would trample enemies. Grab a Golden Rune 3. These Miranda flowers do spray rot. Everything in this area is just lousy with rot. And this takes us back up roughly into the vicinity we were in. Alright, let's take a lay of the land here. I remember there being a site of grace not too far from here. Obviously, I'm remembering incorrectly. Or there would be a site of grace. That giant's going to throw explosive pots at you if you get too close. He's kind of guarding the entrance to the sorceress city of Selen. Down this way is the way to the castle. And the Radon Festival should be in play. So the castle should be largely undefended at the moment, if I recall correctly. There's definitely a site of grace down by the castle. Oh, I made something angry. Forgot one of those lion guys was in there. I don't imagine he'll give too much chase. Yeah, he's already backing off. Try not to aggro the giant T-Rex wolves. Yeah, there's the site of grace up there. So we'll just pop up and grab it. It's not really where I want it to be, but it's at least another checkpoint that we can kind of grab here real quick. And we'll rest so that we can get back all those potions we expended fighting that knight fruitlessly. Now we could go and start looting the castle. It's not well guarded at the moment. There are some areas we won't be able to get to. But until the Radon Festival is done. And the guards come back out. But and that's General Radon's boss area over there. Yeah, the Redmane guards are fighting the fighting the wolves over there. I don't believe that it will go well for them. I have this sneaking suspicion. I'm heading back because I want to find a site of grace closer to the cathedral. There actually is a site of grace. Whoop, I saw it. There is a site of grace in the cathedral. If I could get past the guy, I could grab it. And then I could just kill him at my leisure. He actually does respawn. Ooh. Yeah, we want to grab that golden seed. Sorry, as I was saying, he does respawn. He's a regular enemy. He's just a particularly tough one. And he just kind of wanders around the cathedral for the most part. I feel like I should be able to take him. So, I mean, we could come around through the back. Yeah, as soon as we get close, he goes out the door. So we can actually sneak in through the back door and grab the Site of Grace, and that means that if we need to come back, we can come back. This is the Cathedral of Dragon Communion. Ancient Dragon Apostles Cookbook 3. We'll check that in a sec. You can do the Ritual of Dragon Communion from here to spend dragon hearts to gain dragon powers. I haven't really been dealing with that as yet. Don't super feel the need to. Certainly not at the moment. There is a use for dragon powers. You can cheese a couple enemies and bosses with, especially the Rot Breath. But I mean, whatever. I'm not really worried about that at the moment. Certainly not with my current build. There was a reason I actually used the Site of Grace, but now I don't remember what it was. I totally derailed my own train of thought there. You know what? We're going to head, I think, next into the swamp and check out the town of Sellen. I don't know how well I'm going to do in the town, but we're going to, at the very least, start making our way in there to do a little explore, because there is useful stuff for a wizard in the town. We also don't actually need to deal with the dragon on the mountain, or the giant on the cliff side there, to get in there, because you can kind of get in there through the swamp and backdoor your way in a bit, and that's mainly what we're going to do. Now, the reason we're able to do that with relative ease is, of course, because while we will die if we walk in the swamp, Torrent is immune to poison. So he can ride through the swamp with impunity. If we get knocked off of Torrent, we're pretty much going to die. So we will just avoid that happening. Some marionettes around here because we're, of course, very near to the swamp. There's some of Millennia's soldiers in this area as well. Aeonian Butterfly. We've got Somber Smithing Stone 6. We're going to deke up this way. Some giant dragonflies here. Oh, hello. Sacred Ring of Light. Fascinating. Those dragonflies will attack me. I'm not going to give them too much opportunity to do it. Yes, and here we are. We've reached the town of Sorcery. So, as I said, you can kind of backdoor your way in through the swamp. And if you pop over here-ish, there is another Site of Grace kind of in this vicinity. Just kind of looking for it here. Got some marionettes here. I thought I had my Comet Shard activated. I did not. Apparently I'm just out of range of that guy, or he would be filling me with crossbow bullets. But I am certainly not above cheesing an enemy who can't figure out where I'm standing. Because they would not think twice about cheesing me, let me tell you what. Alright, so I saw the little sparkle up ahead. I was correct. There is a Site of Grace over here. We'll grab that so that we have a respawn point right over here. It's stop by the shack beyond the southern gate. So there is an NPC quest line that we can begin over there. His spell casts faster than mine. So this is the main threat here. Oh god, I didn't see the marionette. This is fine. We'll deal with the marionette this time. The main threat in the town is there's a bunch of invisible wizards. And they're going to just kind of pop up and start firing spells at you. And I would still have the Comet Shard activated, so my spell just wasn't as fast as his spell. I'm actually just going to grab my runes and then beat a retreat here. I don't know where that marionette came from. I would very dearly like to. I wonder if we can actually target that guy from here, because Loretta's Greatbow has incredible range. Oh yeah. Double slash. 2 can play at that game. And that's basically how we're going to be dealing with those guys, for the record. Now, before I press on, I happen to know that there's some booty down here that we want to grab. The Rotten Stray Ashes. And of course, there is a Rotten Stray near it. That makes sense. So these dogs are probably the worst in the game. They're fast, they attack repeatedly, and they do Scarlet Rot damage. But we just found an Ash of War that is one of them. And it is actually pretty good at inflicting Scarlet Rot on enemies. We're way off on a level. Mostly I just wanted to kind of get my stuff back. Also, we did get some stuff that we haven't checked out. So, Rotten Stray Ash, the spirit of a stray dog corrupted by the Scarlet Rot. Although it is only a small creature, it is as violent as it is nimble, and its fangs fester with poisonous rot. Absolutely fantastic. We've got 2 golden seeds. That's good to know. Definitely want to probably use those ASAP. We grabbed a Ancient Dragon Apostles Cookbook 3, so Dragon Wound Grease is now known to us. We also got some Ashes of War. We got the Sacred Ring of Light. Skill used by the commanders of the Clean Rot Knights. Gather a Sacred Ring of Light in the armament, then fire it forwards. Can be fired in rapid succession. And we also got... Oh, you know what? I don't remember which one we got. Was it double slash? Yeah, it was double slash. Skill of a superior swordsman. Perform a crossing slash attack from a low stance. Repeated inputs allow for up to 2 follow-up attacks. So, good stuff. Good stuff. All right. I cast faster than thee. The problem is there are a lot of those guys in this town. They are absolutely everywhere. I'm impressed I got that guy, actually. He dropped a rune fragment. So that makes this area a little daunting. Invisible enemies who shoot magic all over the place. This place is absolutely lousy with them. So you'll see there are these magical barriers that are set up on the doors. And there is treasure beyond them. But to open them, you need to get up high and activate these, like, bell tower areas here. And there are several of them. And each one of them deactivates a barrier. And ultimately, a barrier to a boss as well. We're not going to immediately deal with that because we're going to activate the NPC questline first. So let's kind of come this way. There are those marionettes down there. We're going to try to skirt around them. come back around to the entrance and over this way. It's quite misty in this area right now. And we want to get up into this shack, but we also don't want to make the guard dog notice us. He will attack us on sight. But we want to talk to Gowry.
A pleasure to see you. A pleasure indeed. I am Gowry, a great sage. In my day, anyway. I'd hoped to ask a favor when one of your ilk came along. A strapping young tarnished, able to cross the scarlet swamp of Aeonia. Don't fret, I'll provide fine recompense. Should you accept, I will teach you the secret of Celia, the town you see there.
Hear the request.
Then you are willing to lend a hand, are you? I need your help to heal a certain young girl. Her name is Millicent. You will find her beyond Celia, resting at the church atop the cliff, stricken by the rotting sickness. The rotting sickness that afflicts Millicent has no cure. When the Erdtree flourished, even the demigods could not stave off its effects, despite their nigh godhood. But Millicent's suffering can be ameliorated. For this, you are to find a certain needle. Seek the deep, scarlet swamp of Aeonia outside Celia's bounds. The needle, made from unalloyed gold, is lost somewhere there.
Lost somewhere there, you say?
First, you must find it's hidden somewhere. Then I will secret.
Okay, so he doesn't have much else to say. Now, I already know the secret to the town of Celia. He's not going to... It's not like something activates, but we do want to further Millicent's quest line and Gowry's quest line, so... that is something we're going to need to do. We got the Celia Understair Site of Grace. We got the Impassable Great Bridge Site of Grace. We got the Cathedral of Dragon Communion Site of Grace. We actually do need to go into the swamp and fight a boss in order to get that needle. And I mean, that's something we're going to do. Most NPC quest lines in this game will kind of wait for you, to a certain extent. Once you reach certain checkpoints, sometimes things will progress, but for the most part, things just kind of wait for you. Now, as previously mentioned, this area is largely unguarded right now. Barely an inconvenience, absolutely. Because the Radon Festival is underway. So Radon's guards have mostly retreated to the inner keep of the castle, where they're holed up for the time being. And they won't come back out until after the Radon Festival. So we can approach the castle unimpeded, and indeed explore some of the castle unimpeded. Not the entire castle, some of the castle. Whoop. First of all, we're going to get up into the siege tower here. Where we can get a smithing stone 6. I thought there was something else up here, but maybe I'm thinking of a different siege tower. There are siege towers in Mount Gelmir as well. And I think I was thinking of something I can get in the Mount Gelmir one. That's okay. Oop. Actually do want Torrent. Can I not summon Torrent here? No, apparently not. All right then. Well, we're going to have to jump. Whoop. Bit of a long jump, but that's okay. We made it. Any jump, you survive. All right, so there are some bats up the back way here. We don't really need to deal with them. As you can see from all of the assorted blood stains, not everybody has been successful in dealing with them. But coming around back here does give us access to the back door to the castle. Just not that particular back door. You can see a dude in there. He's kind of chilling. Sorry, you need to go up the ladder. There is one of those super tough people bats over there. They're kind of the worst. I thought that was my comet shard. I was mistaken. We'll have to come back and grab that guy in a bit, because I don't want to deal with the bats, and I have definitely aggroed them. So, I'm just going to head up this way. Because, of course, the front gate to the castle is closed. But, again, largely undefended right now. Eerily so. But we are now officially in Redmane Castle. Now, there are a few enemies around. You can find some dogs and some bats, obviously. And that means also that there are several treasures that you're just not going to be able to get right now. Because some of the areas, as I mentioned, are closed off because the guards are all holed up in the interior of the castle. So yeah, as I mentioned, there are some dogs around. Not a lot of enemies, though. So we're just going to kind of carefully pick our way through here. Poke around the corner, just make sure there's no dogs waiting to ambush us. Stake America here, so a place that you can easily respawn. Oh, no, that's a summoning pool. My bad. Got a page down there. Yeah, he very nearly killed me. Pages are actually very nimble and quite tough. But there was a method to my madness. Or at least I thought there was. For some reason I thought that was the door, and I was sorely mistaken. That's okay, we killed a page though. I mean, those guys aren't worth nothing. I am out of magic. Also, I should have my comet shard equipped. For some reason I don't. We've got some dudes in here. Mostly just chillin'. Armor's cookbook. I mean, these guys are worth 200 runes each, so I'm not going to murder them. Over here we got a somber smithing stone 5. And that is the actual back door to the keep. So we can now come in back through there. We don't have to climb anymore. I was merely turned around. Went to the wrong one. So I think we determined that there's a lion down there, and we definitely don't want to deal with that guy right now. Head back up over here. And this is actually a super convenient place to jump down. Just need to get up on the hit. Hey, there we go. Yeah, and these doors are all locked. This is kind of where the defenders are holed up in these areas, which are completely barred off from us right now. When the Radon Festival is done, they will spawn. They will turn up and actually start to be a nuisance. And have a lot of these areas very heavily guarded, actually. So we can grab the inner keep site of grace here. Chamber outside the plaza. I just want to replenish my flasks and whatnot. We can go and effectively initiate the Radon Festival at this juncture. We don't need to necessarily fight Radon right at the moment, who is, I mean, challenging. I'm just going to poke my head around here. I just want to make sure that I'm not leaving anything ungrabbed that could be. While there are no enemies to stop me from doing it. Grab another smithing stone 4. Yeah, all the best stuff is kind of squirreled away in areas where the enemies are all hidden right now. Game doesn't want to make it that easy for you. Can't quite get a look down there. There we go. Yeah, that lion is down there. Over by the front gate, in fact, which I would love to be able to open, actually. In fact, that lion is probably there specifically to guard the front gate. Oh, there's 2 of them, in fact. I mean, we could try to cheese them, but they're actually not easy to beat. I'm fairly sure they can't get up here, but they're very nimble. And they're specifically designed to not be easily sniped. The game really does want you to kind of go in there and fight them. But there are certain spells that are harder to dodge. And they apparently can hit each other. So that's fun. I'd love to be able to kill them. And kind of get down into there. I think the actual way to open the gate, though, is up through here, so I might not even be able to do it. Even if I were to get down there, I don't think I'd be in luck. It'd be fun to kind of try to convince them to kill each other, though, if they can hit each other. Magic damage is not bad on them. Magic Glintblade is explicitly a spell that is hard to dodge and block against. It does have range, though. They can kind of dodge a lot of different magic, but this one is very hard to dodge. Just out of range. thought I might be able to inflict some bleed, but it is not to be. The most exciting battle in the game so far. Me casting spells from on high to defeat a couple lions. Sorry, bumped my mic there. Hopefully it didn't crackle. God, if one of them actually got up there and came up behind me right now, I'd be in big trouble. They also can leap pretty reasonably, but thankfully not that high. I mean, it would be funny. It would scare the pants off of me, but it would be funny. I might actually be able to ping these guys to death here. I was kind of hoping I might convince them to take a couple more swipes at me and actually hit one another. The most exciting fight in Elden Ring history. It's a shame I don't have a more powerful version of the Magic Glint Blade right now. Actually tried to take a jump up there. Because there's a Magic Glint Blade like Greatsword, which does a lot more damage. Oh. A little top up. Oh, he was just out of range there. Now, a lot of these lion enemies don't respawn when you beat them. And I'm a little curious if these ones don't. There goes one. Ooh. An old fang, 2 old fangs, beast blood, and a somber smithing stone 4. So yeah, these guys might not respawn, because that was a big drop. That was waste. I should have waited for him to run off and then come back. Got a dude's feet over here. Not entirely certain why all these people were being executed. That's a little bit of the lore of the castle that I'm not totally sure about. Can I get him before he goes up there? Yeah. Oh, just out of range. What a shame. He's got like 1 hit point left, but if I actually dove down there and tried to swipe at him, I guarantee he'd like 1 hit kill me or something. There's 2. Basically the exact same thing. Alright, so we can safely go down there now. Because both of those dudes are dead. And I'm going to. Because I want to. Somber Smithing Stone 4, just right there. Yeah, as mentioned, I'm pretty sure that the front door... Ooh, there's a slime. Very hard to hit slime. Those guys also gave up quite a lot of runes. We're very close to a level. I'd love to open the front door for future returning, but I'm pretty sure that the front door controls are actually not here, and that they're actually locked up at the moment, so... Think we're stuck on that. Some more slimes over here. And they're worth a pretty penny. Oop. No reason not to kill them and get their stuff. Yeah, all of these doors become accessible once the festival is done, so... Just make sure there's nothing down this way. So this barricade here is the reason why those lions weren't actually able to get to me. They can't get past that. Yeah, it's just pointing out where the site of grace is that we already got. We'll head up the stairs over here. Just double check. I'd like to, again, have a little thorough sweep here. Golden Rune 6, nothing wrong with that. Just grab everything that isn't nailed down at the moment. So that when we inevitably do return to Castle Redmane after the Radon Festival, all that little stuff is already taken care of. We're going to do a little test here and see if those lions respond. Just because I want, for my own edification, to know if they come back or not. And the answer appears to be no. So that's good. That means that we won't have to deal with them in future. The two guard lions. Yeah. So the courtyard's up ahead, which is the introduction to the Radon Festival. We can kind of get that set in motion. We don't have to fight Radon tonight. I don't know that I'm strong enough necessarily to take on Radon at the moment. He is quite hard. Famously one of the more hard bosses at this stage of the game. And technically optional. You don't even need to beat him to beat the game. Where are we at? We're only a couple thousand shy of a level, so I think we should probably pop a few golden runes here. And level up. Got that golden rune 6. Let's grab that. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff right there. That should take us over what we needed, right? Yes, excellent. All right. So, obviously we need more int. More int is more magic power, is more int towards using more powerful spells, but I'm still quite squishy. And I said I was going to take myself up to Vigor 20, but I'm wondering if maybe I should go up to Vigor 25. Because I can scale up my... I mean, I'm limiting the spells I can use by not putting more points into int right now, but I can power up my magic by leveling up my wand, or my staff, whatever it is. So, I mean, I'm not limiting my ability to get more powerful necessarily, but I mean, I can only take 1 or 2 hits for most enemies at the moment. I think Vigor is probably the play at the moment. Maybe we'll do like 5 more points of Vigor. We'll talk to the NPCs and get this started. So here's Blythe.
Thought I might find you here. I must admit, I was a little worried. We missed our meeting. But it looks like you're still in one piece, eh? You must have heard by now, right? That Star-Scourge Radahn holds Rani's fate in stasis. But once he's out of the way, it will spring back into motion. So now, we stand against the demigod once known as the strongest of them all. The way ahead is pleasingly simple. We fight, sword and fang.
The Radahn boss fight is a bit of a gimmick boss fight, but it's a cool gimmick boss fight.
Once more into the fray together, eh? This might even be fun.
Blythe is a very good boy. He's a super buff wolfman who I definitely don't have a crush on. Over here, we can talk to the Finger Maiden, and she will give us the polite bow. Which I think I'm going to switch out the regular bow for the polite bow.
Champions, welcome. The stars have aligned. The festival is nigh.
I mean, the stars had aligned a long time ago.
General Radahn, mightiest demigod of the Shattering, awaits you. Champions, prepare for battle. Defeat the general, claim glory, and grab that great rune. A celebration of war. The Radahn Festival.
Couple ghost NPCs hanging around. This is, oh boy, I've put myself on the spot now. I can't remember all their names. This is Great Torgoth. This is someone the Lionhearted. I can't remember his name. It starts with an L. There is definitely, it's Larry the Lionhearted. This is, I want to say, Okami. I'm probably wrong on all these names. He's a bloody finger who loves to fight. And, of course, the other good boy who's here, Alexander.
Ah, you came. How delightful. Indeed, I thought I might find you here. By the by, do you know for whom this festival is being held? Well, it is none other than General Radahn himself. To think, I could face a great champion of the Shattering, a demigod in the flesh. Oh, gosh. In truth, I quiver at the thought. Such is his frightful repute. But the fear simply assures me the ordeal is worth undertaking. Be sure to get a good vantage, my friend. I, Iron Fist Alexander, do hereby vow to unflinchingly brave this ordeal. Be sure to get a good bye.
He doesn't have anything else to say. Yeah, Iron Fist Alexander, who is a pot and is the best. We can go talk to Jaren? I don't remember his name now. And he effectively initiates the way toward the boss fight. Which we will do. The boss fight will wait for us. It's not going to happen without us. So, grab a Somber Smithing Stone 5, which I knew was there. That may have sounded sarcastic. I actually did know it was there. I don't think there's anything else back here at the moment. Just doing a quick double check. No, doesn't look like it.
Are you good and prepared, young chum? The festival begins. Before we begin, allow me to paint you the full picture. General Radahn is cursed ever to wander. Eaten from the inside by Melania's scarlet rot, his wits are long gone. Now he gathers the corpses of former friends and foes alike, gorging on them like a dog. Howling at the sky. But now, we must make merry.
O gathering of champions! The revels begin! The celebration of war! The Radahn Festival!
The heartening cry. Another thing we can gain there.
You will find the field of battle past the church ahead, upon the shore under the fort. General Radahn is there, even now, divested of his wits, devouring corpses, and howling at the sky.
So yeah, that was the cutscene about General Radahn. Castellan Jaren has opened the way forward, so we can now proceed through the little church area here. Can't go through that door for some reason. But we can go through this door. Consumed by rot and forced to wander, devouring corpses, indeed. I mean, in his defense, Radahn is in a bad way. So that's Radahn's boss fight area. He's wandering in this area right here. And, yeah. As I mentioned, he's a gimmick fight. But he is a cool gimmick fight. I'm tempted to go and just do it just to kind of show it off. For anybody watching later who's seen it before, obviously you know what's going on. But I know for a fact that you have not seen it. There's a Stake of Marika here, so if you die, you kind of respawn right there. I only have 400 runes, so it's not like I'd be losing much. But I mean, I'm sure I wouldn't be able to beat him. He can probably pretty much one-shot me with relative ease. I might not even be able to get close to him, but what the heck? What the heck? We'll give it one go. So Radahn starts way over yonder. Oop. See, I told you, non-zero chance I don't even get close to him. Uh-oh. Oh, it's Okina. So you'll notice that I am summoning a whole slew of NPCs right now. And that's because everybody who was invited to the Radahn Festival has shown up to play. And you can summon all of these NPCs over and over again throughout this boss fight. Which is good, because Radahn can and will wreck you. And they can draw aggro pretty effectively from him, so. The boss fight area is also so big that you can ride your horse. He is, of course, riding a horse as well. And I mean, he's going to beat these NPCs up frequently, so. And when he does, you just kind of want to put a little distance between yourself and find these spawn areas again. The Finger Maiden is a healer. She will heal for you. Oh, I summoned Patches. Patches is basically a joke in this fight. See, he just returned to his world. Patches gets like within a rough range of Radahn and then unspawns himself. Because, I mean, he's not an idiot. Oh yeah, there's a couple things we can grab. Oh, Radahn's getting close. Oh boy. Yeah, he beat all the NPCs up. And as mentioned, he does have a horse as well. And he uses gravity magic. Lots of it. I can't cast from horseback, unfortunately, so... And I mean, this is all of phase 1 of his boss fight, too. Uh-oh, I pissed him off. So the real trick in this boss fight, the gimmick of this boss fight, is to keep summoning the NPCs to keep the heat off of yourself. Long enough that you can, like, get some shots in on him. And I mean, the NPCs do damage to him, but not a lot. The fight really does require that you do the heavy lifting. Patches also won't put back down his summoning spot. You can summon him once off the top, and that's pretty much it. Uh-oh. Yep, I knew that was coming. I mean, not that I was expecting to beat Radahn. Mostly I was just going to come and show off the boss fight to you. Which is not to say that I'm not kind of trying. Has he killed everybody? He's killed everybody. He's coming for me. So these spectral banners kind of give you a tell. Oh, shoot. Of where there are summon signs. Yeah, as I mentioned, he does gravity attacks for the most part. Besides just hitting like a truck. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Tegroth and Okina back. Who's over here? We got Lionel back. If I hang out by the finger maid, maybe she'll heal me. Now I know that Loretta's Greatbow has incredible range. I wonder if it has that much incredible range. No. Oh, I missed. Got him that time. Did decent damage on him, too. Where's Blythe? Need to get more dudes out here. Oh, there goes Tegroth. Now, Radahn is actually super vulnerable to Scarlet Rot. If you have the ability to use to do Scarlet Rot damage, he will accumulate it quick and just basically slowly die of it. So you can play keep away from him at that juncture and just watch his health tick away. That's kind of the way to cheese him. There we go. Get Tragoth back. Get Okina back. What do we got over here? Oh, there's Blythe. Yeah, and it's not that the NPCs are useless, but the game really does want you to do the heavy lifting here. Get Lionel back. Uh-oh, we got him to half health. Where is he? Where is he coming from? Alright, so now he's in phase 2. He actually turns into a meteor. So we can summon the Castellan now as well. I'm impressed we got him down to half health, if I'm perfectly honest. I mean, it did some damage to him, so I'm not going to complain too much. We can still continue to summon the NPCs, but again, they're only so useful. That's just a message. Useless. But he is also now harder. He's faster, and he uses his attacks a little more often, so... or rather, more powerful attacks. Looking for summon signs here. Kind of purposefully playing keep away from him at the moment. He's going to come for me at some point, though. Oh god, here he comes. Save me, Tragoth. Oh god, he's coming for me. This is the reason why you want to use your horse in this fight. Been fighting him so long, he's turned back into a meteor. I'm just trying to get the NPCs to aggro him again. Oh god. Oof. Oh no. Oh, we beat him. Hey! Oh, look at that. First tried Radon. Unbelievable. I'm legit shocked that we beat him. This progresses the plot, actually. In an interesting way. So enjoy cutscene. Was not expecting to win that fight, not even a little. I was like, sure, we'll show it off and I'll die and you'll see what it's all about. So that's a big get for tonight, actually. Now, Radon, the Star Scourge, part of his whole shtick is that he learned gravity magic so good. A red mark was made upon the map. Gasp. Specifically, this red mark, where a meteor has fallen. So basically, Radon learned gravity magic at a very young age and was so good at it that when he realized that, oh, the dark moon has appeared overhead. Fascinating. Was so good at it that he realized that he could actually hold the stars at bay and thus stop fate. Because people's fate is ruled by the stars, right? So that's kind of a big deal. But now that he's dead, the stars have been granted the freedom to begin moving again, and fate is back in motion. And one of the things that has happened is, of course, that a falling star has finally fallen. That was supposed to fall, and was not able to. So we can go touch base with a couple of the NPCs again, and we will re-encounter every one of those NPCs before the end here. So we'll just grab the Site of Grace real quick. We'll come back for that in a second. We'll talk to Blythe.
Ah, good. I was waiting for you. Oh, what a sick way to fight, eh? The glory of the clash is shared by Radon and you. And did you see that afterwards? A falling star right before our eyes. I can't fathom how Radon was holding back something of that scale. He was a living legend if ever I saw one. And the path has now been cleared. To Nokran, where Rani's fate will be decided. Let's meet where the falling star bit the earth. We'll take up our swords once more for Mistress Rani.
Yeah, so the falling star has actually cracked open the earth, and we can now access the forbidden, hidden, eternal city of Nokran. Which, if you'll recall from the Underdark episode, was the city that was up above. We can now get to it. And there's some great stuff to loot in there. In fact, probably one of the best spirit ashes in the game is there, too.
Let's meet where the falling star and we'll go into battle. My only purpose is the curtains rising. On the final act.
We can also touch base with Alexander, Iron Fist Alexander over here.
Ah, hello there. It was a battle marvelously fought. You are well and truly a champion, friend. I, on the other hand, am nothing but a crock. One hit was all it took to crack me, and for my insides to come spilling out. After that, I hid like a coward.
Well, wait until Alexander's done.
As such, I can hardly stand to face one such as you. But don't you think I've given up just yet. As luck would have it, there's a veritable mountain of warriors' bodies right here. If I can just squeeze this bunch down inside me, I'll be a mighty warrior again in no time. The bodies found here are exceedingly fine. Who could expect any less from the very warriors who fought in the Shattering? The greatest of all wars. Just you wait and see, friend. I'll grow even stronger. Just you wait when next we meet. The bodies found here. Who could expect any less? Just you wait.
Yeah, Alexander had a rough time in that fight, and he's trying to figure out what to do next. So, but yeah, thanks for joining me for a while this evening. You got to watch a pretty epic boss fight that I mostly just rode around and summoned NPCs for. But I got in some pretty good hits on him, and I didn't die. And ultimately, that's the most important thing to do in Radahn's boss fight, is to survive. Also, he gave us a ton of runes, so we can just go right up to Vigor 25 right now. And then all future runes I get can start going back into intelligence. Look at that. We just went from like 600 to 800 health right there. Look at that health bar now. Perfect. Alexander and Blythe will, of course, have taken off. But that is a good place to sign off. So, once again, thanks for joining me. I'm going to play a little bit longer. So I've only been going an hour and a half here. I'm going to just hit a couple quick sites and maybe try those Mad Pumpkin heads one more time. And then probably call it a night myself. So, yeah, have a good night. Now, for anybody watching this later or who pops on at another time, there is a reason why I am making my way all the way to the back of the boss fight area. There's really nothing down here. Radahn pretty much kept this area free of enemies for the most part. We're also going to have to go talk to the Castellan again back in Redmane Castle. Redmane Castle will now be defended, though, so we will want to be a little careful there. But you'll note there is a door back here. Because there is, in fact, a catacomb in here. Now, this is actually one of the harder catacombs. The boss in here is literally an absolute monster. And there's a never-ending war between ghosts going on. Now, the good news is the never-ending war between ghosts does mean that you can kind of loot this area without having to engage with a lot of the enemies. 2,600 runes. It wouldn't be great to lose. But yeah, here's the eternal fight between ghosts of the soldiers of Millennia and ghosts of the soldiers of Radahn. Reenacting an ancient war that has long since ended. There's some pretty good stuff. There's actually a pretty good summon rune that you can get in here, too. Oh, that guy aggroed to me because I was hanging around a little too close. We'll just pop him. We're going to come back and deal with this area later, though. Yeah, you can get the Redmane Spirit Ashes in this area. Basically, they're like the Godric Soldier ones, but they're Redmane Soldier Ashes. They do a lot of fire damage, and they're tough. They're pretty tough. But we've grabbed the Site of Grace, and that's the important thing, because now we can just head back whenever we want, and we will come back when we're a little bit stronger. And now we're going to trek it all the way back across the boss area. Make sure that we didn't miss any of those Radahn runes. Or Radahn spears, sorry. That were over by the front. Feel pretty good about having beaten a boss that dropped enough runes right off the go that we could just get up to 25 Vigor as well. Because I was worried that was going to take a while. It turned out it only took one boss fight. So, man, I'm real impressed I beat Radahn in one go. Famously, one of the major speed bumps that a lot of people encountered in their first playthrough. I mean, partly because the gimmick is not necessarily intuitive. He's very hard to fight in close combat. He has large sweeping attacks. I think they tightened up his hitboxes a bit so that you can dodge him a little easier. Those gravity attacks are rough. But I'm ranged, and the Great Bow actually, A, has really good range, and B, did quite a lot of damage to him. I got in some really good licks on him, and didn't get hit enough to get killed, which, I mean, at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. And used the NPCs the way they're meant to be used, which is as, I mean, fodder seems harsh, but as a distraction to keep him occupied while you're dealing with him in your own way. So, I mean, I don't feel bad. This weird dark cloud over here. It's freaking me out. I was actually looking for the little... Where'd the site of grace go? It's over here, isn't it? Yeah, I'm pointing in the right direction. Because there's a little, like, teleporter that'll take you back across the shore. Oh, and there was some more spears. So, we can now buy those back at the Finger Maiden in Round Table Hold. She'll sell them, along with Radahn's gear. If you want Radahn's gear. Which, I mean, why wouldn't you? It's fantastic. It's super heavy, but it looks great. And it's, I mean, it's pretty good. It's got some good defense on it. Coolest armor in the game? No. In my personal opinion, it is not. Oh, this takes you back all the way here. Well, that's a little disappointing. Wanted to talk to Jaren again. Oh, good. The Radahn Festival hasn't quite cleared up yet. Probably because Jaren is still here and I haven't had the chance to talk to him. Some of the warriors still sticking around. Finger Maiden with her polite bow. I mean, I feel like we should polite bow back, right? Like, that would be the nice thing to do. So yeah, we'll go talk to the Castellan again. That should wrap up this part of it. The reason I knew that the Radahn Festival hadn't finished is because that courtyard area is, in fact, a boss room for the boss of Redmane Castle. Once you've beaten Radahn and dealt with this, so.
At last, the war festival has ended. Brave champion, you have our gratitude. The celebration was spectacular. General Radahn is surely pleased. Festering with rot and crippled by madness, all he wanted was an honorable death. Finally, my work is done. I'm no longer bound to this fortress. I have a task in mind. Old business, you could say. You wouldn't understand. May we meet again, if the fates deign it. Brave champion. It's time I went. May we meet again.
Yeah, and that basically kicks off his quest, but just as importantly, moves forward Selen's quest. Way over here. Obviously, we can now visit the Starfall crater, which is now marked. It wasn't originally. There's no indication really what happened or where. So this is something that must have been patched in. I know for a fact they fixed this at some juncture in the map as well, so it doesn't look like this goes across anymore. They keep tweaking the map a little bit here and there. There was also a time when the NPCs' locations weren't listed, so you actually had to just kind of remember where everybody was, which isn't the end of the world. A lot of people were playing the game taking like old school notes, which I think is kind of fun and neat. Yeah. So I did say I was going to try to maybe beat those Mad Pumpkin heads again. I'm a little less squishy now because I have a little more health. I have a thought, actually, before we do that. Let's go back to Round Table Hold. We also do have to activate Radahn's Great Rune at some point, and that involves a climb up the Caelid Tower, which is its own little area. I mean, we will deal with it. So now we can use the Remembrance of Radahn. We can get his sword and his great bow. which are good. Actually, he has twin swords, if I'm not mistaken. No, just one of them. Yeah, we need int 60 for the Carrion Regal Scepter, which has good sorcery scaling. I do want to do that at some point. We can now, of course, as I mentioned, we can buy Radon's spears, which are great arrows, and we can also buy his armor set at this juncture. The Radon's lion armor. The golden lion is said to symbolize Godfrey, the first Elden Lord, and his beast regent Sirash. From his younger years, Radon was naturally captivated by the Lord of the battlefield. Radon inherited the furious flaming red hair of his father Radagon and is fond of its heroic implications. I was born a champion's cub, now I am Lord of the battlefield's lion. What can we learn from these real quick? So, did we look at this? Enhancing full moon sorceries, finest of all glintstone staves. Yeah, we looked at that. Let's take a look at Radon's stuff real quick. Radon. So it is a pair, the curved greatswords of black steel. So the Scar Scourge greatsword is a pair of greatswords. Radon earned considerable renown as the Star Scourge in his youth. It is said it was during this time he engraved the gravity crest upon these blades. And imbued with the gravitational power of the Star Scourge, when used along with Radon's spear, it becomes a true weapon of a champion. And that rain of arrows attack that he does, you can use from that. So, good stuff. We will be back for some of those in due course. The real reason I came here, though,
greetings. Are you here for spirit?
Was to talk to Renala. Or not Renala, Rodrika. Renala. Don't have enough Ghost Glovewort to improve Banished Knight Engval, unfortunately. But he's not who I was thinking of, actually. Because we got the Rotten Stray, and the Rotten Stray is fast, he's nimble, and he inflicts Scarlet Rot. And I'm wondering if maybe in the Pumpkinhead fight, if maybe having a spoiler who can inflict a status ailment rather than merely just tanking, maybe that's a good play. Maybe even the Land Squirt Ashes, like summon them in the room, they fill the room with poison, right? That could potentially be huge. That could maybe even deal with them, right? Alternately summoning like Fanged Imps who do bleed. They could cause a disturbance. Like, I'm trying to figure out what I could use to even up the odds in that fight, basically. Because as it stands, two very large, muscly monsters in a small room against one squishy mage, it's not super fair. But the Warhawk Ashes, I'm not certain how useful the Warhawk is going to be in that enclosed area. How much improvement can we give the Rotten Stray here? I don't have any Grave Glovewort 4, so I can get him up to +3. Can I improve anything else? I do have a Somber Smithing Stone 5, so I could further improve Reduvia. Again, and I've said this every time I've played, I'm not sure that I'm married to Reduvia for the entire game, but it has gotten me pretty far, and bringing it up to level 5 does give it a pretty decent boost, honestly. And we can always get another Somber Smithing Stone 5, so not the end of the world. Likewise, I do have some Smithing Stone 4, for which I could increase the Academy Glintstone staff up a little bit more. But I'm not exactly going to be casting against them in that tiny room. Reduvia is kind of the way to go. So I think that's what we're going to do. We'll try the Stray. I think that's what we're going to do here. We'll switch out the Godric soldiers for the Rotten Stray. That Rotten Stray has served me well in my previous game as well. Granted, I was tanking for it while it was inflicting Scarlet Rot, but we'll see what goes on here with this. Don't think I have anything to do with them at the moment. Or with Sir Gideon Ofnir. Oh. Poor Sorcier Rogier. He has died. Dropping his entire set. And a letter. We'll take a look at that. I forgot to tell you, but it seems D has a younger brother. I heard he lies in a deep sleep in the aqueduct beside the eternal city of Nokron. And it said he stood before the Prince of Death not far beyond that spot. Got some other paintings to deal with, too, actually. Which we should look into at some point. Take a look at Rogier's set. Glintstone Sorcier Rogier's pointed hat, a sign of a heretical practitioner, strengthens Glintstone sorcery skills. So useful, but unfortunately I need the intelligence bonus at the moment. Rogier spent his entire life behaving with utter detachment. No one noticed the anger, grief, regret, and fear that existed along with it. Glintstone Sorcier Rogier's traveling attire, graced with an intricate aristocratic decoration, strengthens Glintstone sorcery skills. Rogier spent his entire life. We might actually switch to that. Oh, no, but it's sorcery skills. So it would be stuff like... Because he's a Spellblade. So it'd be like Ashes of War and such. Not actual spells that you've cast. Which is a shame. Same with his gloves. Same with his pants. So if you're playing a Spellblade, I mean, super useful. Really good. But he has died. He has passed from this mortal coil. I already went that way. I was dealing with him. I think we're done here. All right, so we're going to head back to the ruins of Calum. And we're going to give these... Actually, we should actually stop at this site of grace. Do I have any spells that might be useful? Something passive, maybe? Not really. Not really. What do we got? We got the bubbles. They are explosive, I think. The Carrion Piercer might not be super useful if I'm just trying to inflict bleed on them primarily. The Crystal Barrage and the Crystal Burst might not be terrible, actually, because they're so close, and these are basically shotguns. Might be worth trying, actually. Whoops, I didn't want to get rid of my my Great Glintstone Shard, though. We'll swap out the Glintstone Arc for the Crystal Burst for this. Yeah, and we'll give it a try. I'm going to be relying primarily on my ability to inflict bleed, but if one of them gets close, I can unload the Crystal Burst at point-blank range, and all of those little crystals act like they're little shotgun pellets, basically. And if you get hit full in the face with it, it actually does a lot of damage. Oh, he caught me. Oh, he's doing that stupid swinging attack, and I got caught on the... I got caught. Okay, so bad news. The Rotten Stray did pretty much nothing. So I think this is going to be another wasted effort here. I'm a little disappointed that the Rotten Stray wasn't able to inflict rot on it. Still, I handled that fairly well all by myself. I was really hoping the Stray would be able to inflict some Scarlet Rot. So Engvall tanking is probably still the best way. The problem is the Crystal Burst wasn't quite as useful as I was hoping either. The problem is that there's two of them. Two very strong enemies in a very small area. And I am less squishy than I was before, but still squishy. Well, that went about as badly as anything could have possibly gone. My current intention is to see if I can maybe double team the flail guy with Engvall. Yes! Okay. Now we're cooking with butter. Unfortunately, the other Pumpkinhead managed to defeat Engvall. And he's got the reach, but... defeating one of them is a step. A step in the right direction. And it gives us some space to work. Oh. Oh, I thought he was going to do his follow-up. He was going to do his spinny attack. Just being cautious, picking our spots here. Got him. There we go. Oh, that was satisfying after the trouble we've had with them. Didn't drop a ton of runes. Let's get a little light going here. Truth be told, they're not hard if you're not squishy. Grab us some treasure and get the Visage Shield. It is a great shield. 100% physical reduction. Great fire reduction. And pretty good guard boost, actually. Tricksome bronze shield depicting the face of a fire giant. Several tongues leap from its open mouth. The dreadful visage and burning flames are designed to remind one of the horror of facing a fire giant. In other words, this shield has an instructional function. And it can shoot fire. It's basically its kind of big thing. is its unique skill allows you to basically work a flamethrower out of your shield. So a really cool shield for a heavy build. I don't want to deal with the flamethrowers guys who are nearby as I leave, so we're just going to quickly note. I don't think I need to, actually. I'm not going to be coming back here. Though I didn't note that I had beaten Radahn, actually, so I should make a note of that, and then we will head back to the round table hold. I've been playing about 2 hours, and it is a school night, coming up on 11:30 where I am, so I think, having gotten revenge, Rowenge Omerta against the hated Pumpkinheads who gave me so much trouble early on, that is where we will probably end it for tonight. So we'll do a little save and a little quit. And with that, we'll call it a stream for this Wednesday. I have something to do this Friday. If you're watching this live and you're interested in following me streaming live, that means that I won't be able to do a regular Friday stream, but I will probably be back on the weekend, probably on Sunday. Don't know if I'm going to do more Elden Ring or some Dead Cells or something else. Basically whatever strikes my mood at the time. So we'll see what ends up being played at that time. But again, if you stuck with me tonight at all, thanks for tuning in. And if you're watching this later, thanks for checking me out on YouTube or on the Twitch replay. Have yourself a great night. Bye.